Tonight's case opens with a young, excited man walking down a quiet street early one morning.
I figured I could get away this time. Far away. All I had to do was sell the radio and buy a train ticket for as far as I could go. I figured if I just walked along with the radio under my arm, anybody'd think it was mine. This time I was going to make it. But the cop on the corner was smart. He had a good pair of eyes.
Where are you going, young fella?
Me? I'm going home.
Where do you live?
Down on the block.
Kind of late to be lugging a radio around, isn't it?
I'm just coming from a party.
You must have left in an awful hurry.
Yeah, my mother's...
Now, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I gotta get home.
Come on, you're pulling the wire right out of the plug. Some hurry you
My
left.
mother's waiting, I tell you. I gotta get
Wait
home.
Wait a minute.
So what's the matter? Can a guy have a radio? I tell you, my mother's waiting for me. So he got me, and I didn't make it again. In court, the cop told the judge how I did it.
He told me he'd come in through the fire escape in the roof. And Jimmy'd open the window and entered the apartment.
That cased the joint good.
He knew the occupants were away for the weekend. He offered no resistance to arrest after his first denial.
The judge kept looking at me, and when he was hurt I was only 18 and rubbing his chin. That's because my face looks older, I guess, and he got a jolt when the probation officer told him I'd registered for the draft when I was 15 and a half. But I wanted to get away, and the Army was shipping guys all over the world. That probation officer had everything down in writing. Even some stuff I didn't know about myself.
The subject is the youngest in a sequence of 5 children. His mother died when he was 4 years old.
I hardly remember her.
His father remarried with a woman who had 2 children of her own.
Yeah.
The father was a chronic alcoholic, well known to several social agencies. There was a sharp conflict among the children, and the mother could not seem to control them.
Yeah, she was always treating her own kids good.
At an early age, the subject began keeping irregular hours, remaining away from the house overnight or for several days at a time.
You can sleep in the subway when it's cold.
At 13, he appeared in children's court for the first time.
I tried lifting a handbag
and
out of a
was sent
car.
to a children's village for an indefinite period.
Like school, only worse it was.
After several months, he ran away from the institution.
They couldn't hold me there.
And was picked up 4 months later, when he was arrested for breaking a restaurant window.
Well, we spent our dough, and the guy kicked us out in the cold.
The remainder of his stay at Children's Village was marked by frequent fights with other boys and repeated attempts to run away.
Yeah.
2 years after his discharge, he got into serious trouble again.
I took some stuff from a warehouse.
Burglary. Prior to that, he had been loafing around Washington Market, helping on the trucks occasionally.
I wanted to live to the coast. I wanted it real bad.
But otherwise seems to have found no employment. He then was sent to Wnyc Training School.
They wanted to make a plumber out of me.
10 months later, he ran away and is at present a fugitive from Wnyc.
Well, that's why I wanted the dough. I wanted to get away. That's why I lifted the radio. This time it was 3 years in reformatory. Funny thing. I'm always wanting to get away, and the law's always sending me away. There's a lot of wise guys in reformatory, and I had a lot of fights. One day the superintendent called me down to his office and...
I want you to tell me, boy.
I ain't telling you nothing. Nothing.
I want you to tell me, where did you get this bottle of iodine and this razor blade?
I ain't telling you nothing. Nothing. He kept asking me and trying to soft-soap me like the teachers used to do in school, telling me I could do better if I wanted to, and how he wanted to help me, and he wanted to know what I was doing with that iodine and razor. I didn't know myself, so how could I tell? But I know what I felt like doing sometimes. He kept talking to me, asking me, soft-soaping me, and I was going to tell him where I got it, and then it hit me. I was going to be a stool, and this guy was making me do it. I got awful sore and scared. I started to run out, and he held me back, so I swung at him hard. So I'm at Rikers Island for the rest of my time. I work on the sanitation squad and try to keep out of trouble. So I'm here now, and I'm thinking, where do I go from here?
The conviction of this offender was for stealing a radio valued at $40, and the sentence in the penitentiary is indefinite.